get you to say and spell your first and last name for me, and then your role with the striking workers.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Robin Bailey, ROBINBAILEY. I use he, him pronouns. I'm a student worker in the sociology department, and I'm an organizer with our union, the UO Student Workers.
Perfect. And then don't worry about looking at the camera, you just be looking at me. So last night, Eugene Police as well as UOPD, I don't even know like the right word here, were used to kind of get you guys to disperse from Johnson Hall. Obviously, you just kind of told me about that. Could you kind of recount what happened again, and then your kind of reaction to it?
Yeah, so we had a study-in from around like 12 p.m. And then when it was getting later in the day, a group of like 50 to 55 workers decided autonomously that we were going to stay in at Johnson Hall after hours and risk arrest because UO especially has been refusing to move on our arbitration article for harassment in the workplace. And that's basically our ability to enforce our contract, to be able to investigate claims of harassment outside of the university. The university wants to do internal investigations, which for so many student workers here does not work. And especially for my friends in dining and coffee outlets, harassment is something that they face on the daily, not only from the public, but from other student workers, from like SEIU workers, and we need
So
I'll go back to harassment grievance.
Yes, because I had a quick question about that too. I know specifically the main sticking points seem to be pay and the grievance thing.
Yeah.
My understanding is that you guys are really pushing for a third-party grievance. Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah. We want to be able to, independent of the university, investigate claims of harassment. And the university doesn't want to give us that, or at least they haven't demonstrated so on the bargaining table. And that was one of the big sticking points for us inside there. Just because it's untenable to be able to continue working in a place where you don't feel like your claims of harassment will be listened to, because the university obviously it wants to protect itself, and yeah.
No, totally understand. So, you said that Eugene Police had shown up in riot gear. What was you said there's about 55 students there. What was the general kind of response to that? Because, as a bystander, effectively, it's like that seems like overkill, but I don't want to be putting words in your mouth.
Yeah, no, frankly, it was insane. The last time I participated in a similar action in winter term, where we did a sit-in, an autonomous group of workers, including myself, to get UO to decouple our economic and non-economic articles. And it worked that time, but the police weren't as present there. We were talking with like the dean of students mostly, but this time they went straight to like calling UOPD, and like there were cops in the room like almost the entire time. And at certain points in the night, they were really attempting to intimidate us. There was a moment around like 6, 7, 8 p.m. I didn't have a watch in there. But when we got in the room and like we knew we were all staying in there after hours, a couple of people volunteered to be police liaisons. And these were people that like knew how to do this, like were trusted in previous situations to like communicate with police. And that was our hard rule. No one except these people would talk with police. But we're all student workers, and like in any situation when cops are like talking to you in a high stress situation, it's scary and you might feel the need to talk to them. That was happening with a worker that was not a liaison. And I told this worker, hey, stop, don't talk to them. And the cop, his name I believe is Stephen Barrett, he's a corporal with UOPD, and he was all throughout the night, he was really pushing like, who's leadership? Are the people in the high visibility vests, are they leadership? Because your staff said they were leadership. And like, who in here is in charge? And like, when I said to that worker, don't talk to him, Barrett was like, oh, are they leadership? Like, because they just told that worker what to do. And it was clear. We had some amount of contact with the outside. One of us had a phone, and a friend on the outside was like, UOPD is trying to determine, like, just get one person, arrest them, take them out, and like essentially like make an image of them. But that didn't happen because we're not stupid. We're student workers, and we're out here to win. And so when that tactic from UOPD didn't work, then they shifted into like 10 p.m. I think is when EPD started arriving in full riot gear. Meanwhile, we're like playing games in there. We're waiting for the university to make a move, but we're not threatening. Like, we're kids. We're in there like people with like temporary tattoos. I had made a song sheet earlier for the rally that happened, and I didn't think we would have been able to get the song sheets in because they were being printed like really close to when Johnson Hall was closing, and a friend managed to like get one of the song sheets. So I was like, I got pieces of notebook paper. I was copying down the lyrics so like people could read them, and like we were singing, and like it is such a severe overreaction from the university, and it is shameful for them to have spent like taxpayer money to send in like riot police to threaten, to intimidate, arrest of student workers who are just trying to get the university to give us the ability to like successfully like prevent and handle harassment in the workplace. It's absurd, and I know there were students in there who were probably like scared for their lives. We took a vote at like 10:30. The cops gave us like 5 minutes to deliberate, so we all got into a big group and we're like, okay guys, are we leaving? Are we staying? We put it to a vote, and the majority decided to leave. And I know people in there. We went in there and like decided to stay knowing that we were risking arrest. I don't know that everyone understood that we would be met by riot cops. I certainly was not expecting the full shields, the gear. It was certainly something.
Gotcha. Awesome. And then really quickly, could I get you to just say and spell your first and last name for me?
Yeah. My name is Robin Bailey, ROBIN BAILEY. I use he, him pronouns.
Perfect.